And it goes a little something like.
Hello and welcome back to another video. And I was about to say this video was highly requested, but only one person actually requested it. I posted my graduation video a few days ago. If you haven't seen that, go look at that because this may explain a little bit. Basically, I got chosen to write I won a contest in a speech that I had to present in front of like 400-ish people at my graduation. So one person requested, I'm going to say a ton of people, only one person requested. To be fair, it is a new video, but honestly, I kind of wanted to share it anyway. Because if a lot of people don't know this on this channel, I'm a huge writer. I love writing. I've always been a writer. So if you guys want more writing content, tell me in the comments, because I'm actually in the middle of writing a book. If you guys wanted to like see my thing on that, because like I haven't really posted anything about my writing. And also I promise I'm gonna get back my reading content. I haven't posted about reading in a long time. I've been in a little bit of a slump, but I promise reading content is coming. Anyways, this is my speech. I'm gonna read it. This is my speech. It's about like 2 to 3 pages. It's 931 words. And obviously I'm gonna have to bleep some of the stuff out because it's more personal. But I hope you guys enjoy the speech, because this is the speech that I won with. I won like $50 on it, and I got to present it. So basically the goal for this speech was to be nostalgic, to bring back certain memories, and to kind of speak for my whole grade. So I'm speaking from a whole grade perspective, not just myself. So I had to really be aware of the people around me and the memories that all of us kind of had to enjoy, not just like personal inside jokes. Here we go. Hello to the class of 2024, the parents here to support us, and the teachers at the school who have put up with us through and through. If you are unaware, my name is Carly. I come with a lot of nicknames and a lot of stories. If you don't believe me, you could ask any one of my friends. I once had someone tell me that the way to success starts with failure. Now, I'm not someone who easily accepts failure. If you've ever played a game of Uno with me, you would understand. I will fight for my life to win. At the beginning of I planned on good grades, perfect outfits, no friend drama or losses, and a confident career in soccer. Long story short, I didn't follow my original plans. I've been in the school system for 10 years, and for now, I've seen a lot. I think we've all had experiences here that you can't get anywhere else, even if you didn't go to elementary school here. I think reality hit us harder than we all thought it would, considering the amount of dramatic middle school relationships we've all seen and been a part of, and how we all somehow managed to survive a worldwide pandemic in the Something I personally will always hold on to is the feeling that comes, not the mood swings or the amount of sass each has here, but rather the childlike innocence of the loud laughter and the group singing California Girls in the back of the bus. Or the feeling of passing your yearbook around the lunchroom to get smudging signatures and messages from classmates that you didn't even know cared about you. The feeling of friends trading folded paper notes around the table. The feeling of getting pulled aside to hear the latest drama at Flex. Even the feeling of having grade-wide meetings outside in the wet grass after it rains, where we all complain about how you weren't that bad. These moments seem so insignificant until now, when we're all gathered here at graduation with all the characters who played their part in this chapter of our lives. One day we may forget that girl's name who bought us ice cream at lunch. We may forget the face of the boy who sat next to us in history class. And in the end, we may forget that they were even in our story at all. No matter how many times we called this place jail or sobbed about a silly paragraph we had to write, this place was where we felt at home. Even at the worst times, somehow it felt right. Even when I got hit with a flu, got yelled at by a cop in DC, dissected a frog, or danced in the rain until my shoes were soaked, this place was the setting we found familiar for the past 4 chapters. Yes, we may have done erasers so hard that we left bruises. We may have been forced into silent lunches because we were laughing too hard, but none of it really matters after this point. It turns into past words of chapters we've long read. Maybe your grades weren't perfect. Maybe you hid in the school bathrooms, you were mean, or you made too many mistakes. and yet all you have to do is turn the page and this chapter is over. Your life now won't last forever. It almost feels strange to know that by next year, half of us will be off to another plot. We'll be carpooling with whoever is lucky enough to have a car, and we'll be friends with characters that haven't even been introduced yet. Even with the millions of books I'm known to have owned or read, none of them compare to the story I'm living in right here, right now. For the end of my chapter, I want to end it with a few thank yous. I want to thank all the teachers who've taught me. I want to thank my parents and my family for raising me the best they could. And to my friends, who I won't call by name, for I hope they know they've made this chapter easier. They've made me realize that breaks are important, that I need to take care of myself, that my feelings do matter, and that not all family has to be blood related. Finally, I want to thank the school system, all staff, and most importantly, my classmates who may or may not have been close with at some point. But regardless, you've made school just a little more bearable. School just isn't what we all made it out to be, and yet it's all of what it needed to be. Thank you so much to everyone here for helping me write this page of my story. Thank you. So, believe it or not, I wrote that whole paper in a day, in like 2 hours. And I went to school the next day, had 2 to 3 teachers read it. One of them was my health teacher, another one was my history teacher, and the other one was my enrichment teacher for gifted and talented. And I had my history teacher review it, and she said to add a few things, fix some of the perspectives, because I kind of was doing the little flashbacks a lot, like I was switching between a lot of memories. My health teacher just read it, said it was good, because she doesn't have a lot of experience in correcting writing. And then my gifted and talented teacher read it over, helped me edit everything, made sure everything was perfect, made me use my words, so then I was in control of my own speech. And then I turned it in, and it was anonymously voted on. And I was told to present in front of all these people, which I was going to show the video in my graduation video of my speech, but it was extremely blurry because I was far away from where my mother was filming it, and it just wasn't a good quality video, and you couldn't really hear me that well with the microphone because it was echoey. So I wanted to do a separate video on this speech if people were interested in hearing it. My advice when it comes to writing, I'm not a professional, so I can't really tell you a ton of stuff, but I think I would say that you really need to speak from your heart. You don't really want to think a ton. When I wrote this in 2 hours, I wasn't thinking about grammar, I wasn't thinking about spelling, I wasn't thinking about what tense was proper to use. I just kind of wrote whatever I was feeling. Because graduating is a big deal for me, because, so I did my little intro, welcome the class of whatever. I was told to introduce myself, so I had to add in, if you were unaware, my name is Carly, blah, blah, blah. And then I added in a quote in there at the beginning, the way success starts is with failure. So I used people's perspective of me, and I put it through my writing. So people at my school, from what I know, see me as a girl who's obsessed with reading, which they have reason to believe, and it is true, which is why I used the metaphor of chapters and pages and reading books, because people know me for that. So me talking about that is a lot of me speaking from my heart, because that's genuinely how I see the world. I see the world as an open book or a movie or a fictional fairy tale that we have in our heads. We control our own storyline. So that came from my own heart, because that's how I process things, and I put that through my writing, which I think helps people kind of connect to it because they know me. So hearing the speech coming from me with the way I see the world is kind of helpful when you're hearing it. And I'm also someone who is known as a very good student, and I'm not just saying that. I've heard that from teachers, I've heard that from friends. I'm someone people go to when it comes to English class to help with writing or reading or something, because I love looking over stuff and reading and writing and stuff. So I'm known for that. And one of my biggest fears is failure. I hate failing, and I know it's a part of life, but I hate failing. So I put that through in my first paragraph. The way to success starts with failure. Then I followed it with an attempt at a humor joke, talking about Uno, because that's an inside thing with my family. I will fight for my life to win. I put that word in there because I hate losing. I'm extremely competitive, and I won't be a sore loser if I lose, but I'm extremely competitive. So competitive. So, like, I really hate failing things. So I also put that through my ratings. I'm known as someone for that. Like, all of my friends, I think the majority of my classmates and my family know that, like, I really hate losing. So speaking from your heart is extremely important. And I put memories in there that I thought would be kind of funny. So then, because, like, I was trying to lighten the mood. So I mentioned I got hit with a flute, got yelled at by a cop in DC, dissected frog, or danced in the rain until my shoes were soaked. So these are all memories that didn't just come from me. These are memories that a whole lot of us shared. Like, a lot of people are in band at my school. I got hit with a flute. A lot of people got hit with a lot of things at my school in band class. So I mentioned that because it wasn't just me that got hit with things. I was just saying I got hit with the flute. And getting yelled at by a cop in DC, almost my entire grade was there for DC. All of us know that story because it's genuinely one of the, like, most entertaining things to us, because we got yelled at by a cop because this street dancer tattletaled on us for dancing in an empty fountain. And dancing in the rain until my shoes were soaked. There's a video of that on my school's Instagram page. Like, everyone knows that happened because everyone was staring at us when we were dancing in the rain. And that was in DC. And a lot of my friends share that memory. A lot of my classmates share that memory. So it's really important when you're writing speeches to not only speak from your heart, because people know you. If you're up there presenting, I'm going to assume that people know you. So you want to speak from your heart because people know your voice. So you want to speak from your own voice because people know you as that person. And this speech will probably be memorized for a long time. You know, like, I made a lot of my friends cry with this speech, which I actually don't think it's that emotional. It could have just been the fact that it was at graduation, but I don't think the speech was that emotional. And even when I was saying, one day we may forget that girl's name who bought us ice cream at lunch, we may forget the face of the boy who sat next to us in history class, I was referring to actual people. I wasn't just saying that. Like, for me, I was relating certain people to those lines because there's specific people I was talking about. But for every single person, we all have that one girl or that one boy that we're friends with that we specifically remember. Even if we're not close friends with them, we're like, oh, I sat next to them in that one class. They're super nice. Like, I love them. Like, that's something a lot of people relate to. So when you're writing a speech like this, I find it extremely important that you're not only speaking from your heart, but you're also speaking in a place where people can relate to you. So people from your grade, because if you're speaking for the whole class and you're explaining all these memories and things you've been through and looking forward to the future, you want to have a topic, you want to have a metaphor, you want to speak from your own heart and your own voice, and you want to have memories in there that other people relate to. So you're not just talking about yourself, but instead you're talking about the people around you. People around you that have shared the same memories that you have shared and know just, like, what's up. Because if you're just speaking about your own memories, no one's going to know what you're talking about. It's not going to make anyone emotional. It's not going to make anyone actually think and focus. Because it's so important that you don't talk about yourself. You don't just talk about yourself. You want to talk about everyone. My 4 tips is to speak from your heart, have your own voice, okay? And then don't just talk about yourself, talk about your whole grade. Memories that everyone relates to. Make it emotional, make them think back. Like, add that little nostalgic factor in there and make it detailed. The more detailed it is, the better, but also don't make it so detailed that, like, it's like, oh my god, shut up. Like, detailed to where you can really start to imagine it, so even your family members who weren't there can really think about it and be like, wow, I remember, that sounds like really, like, I could almost be there with how descriptive that was, but not so descriptive that people are so bored because it's like, I get the point. 3, use metaphors. Metaphors are good. It makes people think. It gives multiple purposes to one sentence. Because I'm talking about chapters. I could be talking about a book if you see your life as a book. But I'm also talking about years. Each chapter could be a year. Each page could be a second. Each page could be a minute. Each page could be a day. It has a ton of different ways you could see that or view that. And that's really, really important. And also, I think humor is important. Like, put that emotion into it. Add emotion into your speech. Because if you're not adding emotion into your speech, what are you doing? You need emotion. Because if it's just monotone, like, oh my god, I remember when we went to do this. I remember when we went to do this. You want to add emotion. Because if you're not adding emotion, what are you doing? Because writing is supposed to make you feel something. Like, when you're reading books, for example, a book should make you feel something. Like, whether that makes you laugh, it makes you sad, makes you cry. Like, writing makes you feel something, and you really want to think about that when it comes to writing a speech, because you want to move the entire audience so it's memorable. Also, a presentation tip, which I actually didn't follow, don't get so nervous that you're rambling and talking super, super quickly. I don't know how well I just presented that because I have to look back at the video. But when I was presenting up there, I would not shut up. Like, I was talking so quickly, people couldn't understand with the echo of the microphone. So make sure you slow down, add pauses, so then people can process the sentences you just said. That's all the advice I have. If you guys are interested in more writing content and, like, being with me through my journey of writing a book, if you want that, leave it in the comments. Leave it in the comments if you guys want me to have more writing content, because I will gladly put that out there because it's so fun to talk about. Also, I promise I'm coming with more reading content because I know I've been lacking. I'm so sorry. But okay, bye. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys next time.